Dear students, now let me tell you, while you are assessing mucogingival assessment in a patient is being carried out, what are the mucogingival problems? Yeah, we have to assess attached gingiva, we have to assess frenum, vestibule also, and gingival recession. So how to see what is the type of frenum that is present? Understanding the problems posed by the frenum, which can cause diastema, which can cause recession, food lodgement and plaque formation, everything. So it is important to assess the type of frenum the patient has. For example, whenever you are assessing a maxillary labial frenum, you have to lift up the lip like this, upwards and outwards. Once the lip is lifted up, then you need to see where the frenum is attached. Okay, so this is the frenum base. So the frenum base could be attached at different points. As you can differentiate, this is the papilla, right? But this frenum is it not attached to the papilla. It is attached slightly above. This is the marginal gingiva. It is not even there. It is in the attached gingiva. So frenum can be attached at different places. One, papilla, or it can be at the marginal gingiva, which is called marginal frenum, or in the attached gingiva, which is called gingival frenum, or sometimes it could be attached in the alveolar mucosa high up here, which it is called as mucosal frenum. Maybe sometimes where the patient has got midline diastema, in such situations the frenum will be actually attached in between the interdental spaces, and it goes and attached to the palatal papilla present on the palatal surface in between the teeth. So in that cases, the frenum is so very thick, and that's why it can cause actually midline diastema, the space between the teeth. Sometimes in such situations we advocate frenectomy or frenotomy. The total number of frenums you need to evaluate include maxillary frenum, even the mandibular labial frenum also can be evaluated. More importantly, mandibular labial frenum can also cause gingival recession, and it is usually sometimes placed at the papilla, or the marginal frenum is very commonly seen. Here the vestibule is adequate, that's why the frenum also is also located at the gingival area. So it is fine. This is mucosal frenum, almost in the alveolar mucosa, that's why she doesn't have any recession, although there is crowding seen. Continuingly, along with the frenum, the other thing we have to check is the vestibule depth. Okay, so where is vestibule? What are the borders of the vestibule? To assess the vestibule depth, you need to see how much is the space present from the teeth to the base of the alveolar mucosa. So until the base of the alveolar mucosa, this is the one. So from here to here, whatever the space that is present from the crest of the bone until here,